It was a number of years ago. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna go back to early 1990s. There's a friend of mine that had a distributorship, and I was talking to him about product knowledge. And he says, okay, it's shampoo, Wayne. Wet hair, lather, rinse, reapply if necessary. And that was a thought process that ran through our industry for a number of years. It's not true, because there is a difference as to what you put in the bottle. It's the performance that guests are looking for. So in our next 30 minutes, the journey that we'll take is I want just one hot tip per product family for you to write down. So when you're engaging with your guest in the salon, you're able to share just one thing behind it. And from there, maybe you'll spur your interest to go beyond. When you look at the innovation of Surface, Surface believes that nature provides the best ingredients for hair care, skin care, and hair color. We completely respect personal health and the earth, choosing ingredients that will protect personal health, enhance, but also provide the premium performance. I won't go through the product knowledge on that. That's for one of our amazing educators to be able to share with you. But I will share that we share what we are before we share what we're free of. We're very proud to be free of parabens, sulfates, gluten, animal protein, PVA plastic, heavy oils, DEA, TEAs, phthalates. But we're even more excited to share with you the natural ways that we achieve this. And now having been PETA certified of being cruelty-free and vegan. So here comes a little bit of the geek in Wayne Grun for you. You ready? In every product, there's two components, a driver and an active. Drivers carry the actives in to do their business. The key driver that we have in Surface is certified organic babassu oil. It's an organic penetrating oil that melts at body temperature, antioxidant rich, and it provides weightless moisture. So when I'm speaking with a guest, it's pretty easy for me to get excited about babassu oil. Now, a key active across the entire Surface world is amaranth, also known as the never fading flower because of its natural resistance to UV. It provides a bond building protein. It's naturally derived, meaning there's no petrochemicals when it's naturally broken down to its usable state, gluten-free, natural UV protection, repairs all hair of all types. Now, when we take a look at that, the other one, because there's three, we have the driver of babassu oil, we have the active that we've got of amaranth, and then we have the Color Vita complex. And the Color Vita complex, we say ceramide NP. Oh my goodness, what is that? Ceramides are the technical term for fruit fats. They're lipids. So they're specifically fruit lipids that provide natural UV shield along with the amaranth and antioxidants. So the goal within Surface is to provide heat protection up to 450 degrees. Now, some of our stylers provide the max, but every product that we work with supports heat protection. When you take a look at our shampoos, whether it's the new Blowout or the Awaken, we realize that all sulfate-free shampoos are not created equal. And the biggest difference is how we derive the natural cleansing agent from the babassu oil, from the coconut, from the palm oil, all sustainably harvested, without the use of solvents. So we realize that those are some core bases off the top. Remember I said the one, Trinity Color Care is maximum color retention, maximum amaranth, and moringa antioxidants. So what that means, if I'm choosing maximum color care, it's Trinity, and the words coming out of my mouth are moringa antioxidants as well as maximum amaranth. Babassu moisture is maximum moisture. And the key word there is the babassu oil as well as moringa. So when I'm connecting with my guests, this is what I'm going to share. Now, oh my goodness, did we have a home run last year or what? And it still continues to just dominate the market in leave-in conditioners. And this is an aerosol moisture mist. So instant detangling, unbelievable moisture that we're getting. While at the same time, I need to know how to talk about it. When Lindsay was sharing her presentation as to what's the number one reason why people don't buy in the salon, you saw a recommendation with a 0 by it. People didn't talk about it. And the key here is having simple things to talk in a very educated fashion. So anything in the Basu brand is maximum the Basu oil. When we move into stylers, a key word here is natural choice. It's natural styling products. It's natural control and hold achieved through vegetable starches, sugars, and mushroom fibers. So you see here is a common term that can be used within all stylers because they have different combinations. As we continue to move into our men's world, some of the terms that I'll use here are, it's one-step shampoo, body wash, condition. The stylers are heat resistant, and sandalwood, bamboo. Those are the 2 botanicals that I need to know when I talk about. And when the magical fragrance, you see the sandalwood come through. So hope your pen's handy down there, because now we come to Awaken Therapeutic. And this is where surface dominates the world in a healthy scalp and visibly thicken hair fiber. Some key components for you to note is understanding your tingle comes from capsicum, which is a derivative of cayenne pepper, and menthol. Saw palmetto, which is drug-free, helps keep the follicle open wide by reducing DHT. In thickening the hair, we have botanical fibers and sugars that actually wrap the hair. So let's get a little bit more geek on here. When we start thinking about Awaken, we'll go to our full screen and thinning hair. Who are we thinking about here? Is it just this guy here? No. What about this girl here? Yes. Addressing postpartum, addressing psoriasis, if I want my hair to grow longer, faster. Now, all hair types. Let's go to coily hair. When we see any type of recession, we see our thinning bases. So keeping your, I call it your spidey senses up, when a guest comes into the salon, what needs do they have? And how can I provide an educational solution for them? The Awaken booklet that we provide gives you such a dynamic visual of the befores and of the afters. Here's a fact. My goal for sharing this with you is to create a sense of urgency of educating your guests. 40% of women and 60% of men experience hair loss and scalp challenges. You have solutions. Hair loss may increase over 30% in the winter. The reason is this is the time where, as we're all animals, we increase our shedding. Again, the solution is Awaken. I want you to think right now, how many of you in the past 2 weeks have guests come into your salon with concerns on hair loss? I know you have, because when I was behind the chair all the time, I knew at this time of year, that was the number one. So are you aware to look for it? So as you're aware of looking for it, you also have a solution at this time. And ultimately, seeing is believing. And the pictures that we share with you here are not pictures that surfers had taken. These are pictures that people are posting online with their results. Please take a look at hashtag Surface Awaken. It plays right into what Lindsay was sharing, which is so dynamic. If I want to take a post and share it, I can just go right to hashtag Surface Awaken, and there are so many amazing posts that I can present and share right from there. Okay, here comes the geek. Give you just the base of information. Hair has 3 stages. Anagen is the growing stage. Catagen is the resting stage just before it falls, and telogen is the falling stage. Please note, the anagen stage can last on an average of 3 years to 6 years. Your hair grows 6 to a maximum of 9 inches in a year. So watch, now if my DNA gives me 3 years of growing, my hair grows this long. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and as it falls, the new hair comes back in again. So now, again, let me give it to you again. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, fall. But now what if my natural DNA is 6 years? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at her hair. If only I could get mine that long. Drives me crazy. How did she do it? 2 things to consider. One, from the scalp. That's where Awaken works primarily, to increase a faster, healthier cycle of anagen to grow longer and faster. And number 2, in the ends, which we'll address just in a minute. So if we keep hair in anagen longer, it is more hair growing on the hair at one time. Now, one of the ways we then do this is we stimulate cellular generation at the papilla to take the proper nutrients down to create a faster growing hair with more hair growing. Ultimately, here comes a healthy follicle. The ultimate element of hair loss is from DHT, which causes the miniaturization of the follicle to a point where the hair can't grow through it. Many people will use a drug-based component to be able to reduce the DHT. We've been able to use drug-free botanicals to keep that area open. Now, where's the opportunity in treatments? Oh my goodness, 118 treatments last week in Meraki. I'm going to introduce you. This is George, by the way. Now, when George comes in, it can be starting wet, or you can work dry. I like it wet here. We wet George's hair, but we don't shampoo. What we do is we take the elixir. We lightly mist the scalp. We then, at that point, will lightly massage. Is this some pampering that our guest is looking for right now? This is yes. Up to a minute. Now, at this time, step 2, that was our pre-shampoo. It begins to stimulate. We lather once, and we lather twice, and we rinse. Then we have the Awaken mask. And what's the #1 retail item that's growing worldwide right now in hair care? Masks, treatment. So we take the Awaken mask, and here's where the only little extra time comes in. I set a timer for 7 minutes. And this is when the salon hears, you could do that forever. I know you do. So at this point, timer goes off and we rinse. After we rinse that at this point, I like to do the next step with the chair because then it allows me to refer to the retail at home that supports it, which is the open stock of Awaken or the kit. So now we're at the styling chair. Lightly mist the scalp before we begin. I take my Awaken treatment drops and I lightly stream my main areas of concern. And at this point, I massage the base in. As I go to cut, I'd use my Awaken Moisture Whisk, which gives me more thickening on the hair. And then we're going to style with the Awaken products. So how much extra time did that treatment take? I was going to shampoo anyway. I was going to do a conditioning anyway. Conditioning would have been at least a 2-minute scalp massage. So being that this was 7 with the mask, it took me an extra 5 minutes. That's it. So when we take a look at this, I'm going to stop here just for a second because you'll see this again in a bit. Do these ends look familiar on fine blonde hair? So there's another service I can use at this point. When I go to blow dry, I would use 1 shot, apply it to these ends to create a bond build on the ends to get them nice and thick. Sean said it so perfectly in serving our guests. What opportunities do we have? Now, many times people think of just scalp care, but I really want to stress how important, grab it here, it is to thicken the fiber. Biggest mistake in styling fine hair is to instantly give it volume. Because if you take fine hair and you give it volume right away, what happens is you can see through it. So the Awaken styling products are designed to thicken the fiber. I'm going to bring this lovely lady back in again. So not only one shot to rebuild, but when I work with my Awaken thickening products, what it does is it wraps the botanical fiber around the hair so that when it does have volume and hold, I've increased the visual diameter. Is that permanent? No. It will wash away next time, but my styling product is creating the thickness. And it all starts with a thickening spray. Now, when we continue through our styling, we can see, again, let's go to social media. What about grabbing some of these images and pushing them out there? So now my thickening cream, I may use it still on long hair to thicken the ends. My hairspray gives me more volume. Especially if I'm doing weddings, some beautiful updo long hair, I need that fiber thicker. So I'm going to stay with the Awaken spray and the mousse. So when we take a look at hashtag Surface Awaken, it gives you so many opportunities that you can really go to be able to promote your knowledge. Now, here, I got a challenge for you. Let's get Awaken certified if you're not already. Put your certifications up at the mirror. I love what Kevin did for his students, taking those certifications, putting them even in a smaller print so you can put them at their stations. But ultimately, it will be the confidence that a stylist has from understanding the product and the why that gives a solution. To see the retail numbers that Gareth and Hope achieved was simply because of their passion and their knowledge of the product and how they can recommend it. So make sure that you've got your name on one of those certificates. When it goes into the charcoal texture world with char, we've got our texture and volume. When it goes into the curls world, we've got cocoa butter, we've got vitamin K. And I want to touch on something in deep with curls. Is being frizz-free is to understand the challenges and how we've been able to overcome them with glycoproteins. What is frizz? What do you mean, Wayne? What's frizz? It's frizzy. Yes, but what is it? You see, frizz is a raised cuticle. Oh, yeah, I guess it is, isn't it? When that cuticle raises, you can also lose excess moisture, becomes frizzier. You can have faster color loss. Now, the kinkier and the coilier the hair, the more frizz and the more chance of color loss that you can have. Now, a little bit of geek coming at you. Again, pick up some simple points here that you can share. When the hair grows from the head, if the actual follicle is oval in shape, round, it's quite straight. If it's flat in shape, it's really coiled. Now, what does that mean to the hair? A straight hair, the structural bonds run across and there's no stress. On a curly hair where the bend occurs, it creates stress. Oops, apologies there. It creates stress, and where that stress is, it stretches that bond. There we go. So what the vitamin K does is it strengthens that cross bond to pull the cuticle in. Let me give it to you. My hair is so frizzy. Yes, if we can strengthen your internal bonds of the hair, and vitamin K from cocoa butter can do that, it'll help that cuticle lay down. So we begin to see the terminology that we work with. If we work with organic penetrating oil, babasu, it'll provide moisture, and the amaranth protein provides strength. Moringa is another tremendous antioxidant. You don't need to know all of it, but you need to know some. This is a good visual of exactly what we're talking about. The way the internal bonds pull apart and the way that the cocoa butter can pull them back together. Curl certification, and there's great videos on there. Please take the time to be certified in curls and even visit our curls cutting online. And then better yet, one of our educators can provide virtual education or live education so you can get your hands right into cutting curly hair. So the organics behind it, you're grabbing bits and pieces, and then once you have a foundation of knowledge, you can grow exponentially from there. Now, The world of toning, as we get into the world of rose. Boy, I've seen some great posts lately from this. And what we have is the shampoo and conditioner. And here's the only thing I need you to remember. Rose hip. You want to get real geeky? Just remember the term moringa, because it's the antioxidants that hold the rose hip in the air. So that's where the tonal value comes from. So not only on blondes, but also on brunettes that look too mousy. You hear this? Oh, my hair is just so mousy. Boom, I've got an answer for you. And it's the rose shampoo and conditioner. Problem? Solve the problem. Give one organic benefit. Violet. And how the world loves the surface violet. Tone, brighten, and nourish. I need you to remember one word here. Mackey berry. And it's the mackey berry that the tonal value is taken from. You want to up your game? Learn the word moringa. It's the antioxidant that helps keep the mackey berry in the hair, as well as reduce free radicals. Got your learning game on? I hope so. Because Wayne, why are some packages darker and ones lighter? Well, in the violet family, you have the shampoo, the conditioner, and my favorite to work with blondes is the leave-in toning conditioner. The dark package means that it has a higher concentration of mackey berry and it will deposit tone. The lighter means that it has a lower level of mackey berry so that it will just brighten the hair but not deposit pigment and tone. What's wonderful about that is if you're a blonde that likes to be a bit golder, you can still use the violet blow dry cream and the mask without adding tone. Now, yeah, I know I got a science picture coming up. So get ready for a bit of geek. You ready? Here we go. What's the difference with the nourishing mask? Why is it an added value for a treatment after high lift blonding? You see, when you have continuous high lift blonding, you create very big pockets of moisture deficiency. Example there, extreme porosity. What we've done with the violet mask is we've been able to specifically formulate that the moisture will stick in those large pockets and bind. So what happens is we fill those areas. Now, long-lasting moisture in the most porous of hair that will also brighten and give you better reflection of light. That in salon service, when you're doing it as a treatment, it uses the basu oil over top to help drive it, and wow. Oh yeah, hope I got a little geek on for you. Notes are going. Now, pure color. Why would you choose pure color besides it's absolutely beautiful, it's easy and fast, it's healthy for you, it's healthy for your guests, it's healthy for the hair. But there's a couple of specific times that you may want to have it added into a color family that you've used for years. Number one, curly hair. Number two, if I've got finer, fragile hair. Beautiful and easy, natural color with equal primary color, so it's not warm and it's not cool. It's long lasting, please note this, because of protein attachment of color, while bond building enzyme cream activators with pectinus and moringa eliminate free radicals. And it's healthy. The basu oil delivery, antioxidant rich, ammonia and PPD free. Yes, it's superior color from nature. Now, when we go to the color chart, I really want you to be aware of the swatch book. Not about the colors that are in it, but I really want you to be aware of the last page. And the reason I want you aware of the last page is as you've shared the colors with your guest, the last page shares information on the violet shampoo and conditioner, the rose shampoo and conditioner, basu to increase color longevity, the Trinity to increase color longevity, and the basu for extra moisture at home. So what we're able to do is use our tool to help our education create the why. Now, to support your knowledge of the why, How is hair lightened and color deposited? First of all, hair swells. Secondly, what happens is oxidization occurs where you have to break down protein, creating a space. Color fills the space. In ammonia, you have a bigger bang, more protein broken down for a bigger space. Now, curly hair, for an example, coily hair, doesn't have the strength or diameter for the big bang without breakage. Fine hair doesn't have the space for the big bang without breakage. So those are two absolute musts, and also for you, the stylist, to be able to educate your guest as to why you're choosing pure color. Being ammonia-free, there is less swelling, number one, and a smaller space of oxidization. Here's a challenge. Working in ammonia-free traditionally, other than pure color, you're not having the longevity. So when you take a look at pure color, I'm going to share with my guest in the chair that now we're using certified organic babassu oil to support the delivery of the color. As we oxidize the hair, we're having built-in bond building immediately, but it's a smaller area. And then the color that fills it is PPD-free, which is the number one allergen. At the exact same time, we have bond building attachment of the color molecule to the protein of hair. So it's not just stuck there. And we use enzyme cream activators instead of traditional developers to maximize color retention and condition. The number one thing I believe that we shared with you there is the bond building built-in delivery of attachment of color. Yeah, I know, guys, it's a little geeky. But if you can just grab pieces of that to share with a guest in your chair, wow. So with enzyme cream activators, my common question is, Wayne, what's the difference from traditional developers? And by the way, our enzyme cream activators will work with any color. Obviously, we prefer pure color for its conditioning and beauty. But when you have that oxidization, that bang, it leaves free radicals in the hair. When light hits those free radicals, it bounces in many different directions. So it doesn't give you the purest color, shine, and reflection. When you're using enzyme cream activators, as those free radicals occur, the pectinase is able to eliminate them. The enzymes eliminate the free radicals. So when light hits the hair, you have a beautiful reflection that goes out. Now, that was a lot of information for 4.5 minutes. It's at your fingertips. Please study it. What I ask you to do is you can go right online and become Pure Color certified in an online certification. Then take it one step farther and connect with your surface lawn growth manager to host a virtual training, or when safe to do so, a live training with it. So at your fingertips is the ability then to shout out about being certified. Now, anybody excited to wait about this one? How many of you played, if you were one of the first 400 to register, are you playing with these goodies here, the spray and the memory foam? Oh my goodness. But now why? Is this just a catchy buzzword people want to use cannabis with? Is it? The answer is no. What I'll share with you in the next 3 minutes is the why, and it will be in a language that you can share with your guests. First of all, blowout is a system for beautiful, faster, longer lasting blowouts with cannabis sativa seed oil, maracuja oil, and lychee berry. 2 key points. I want you to use these terms as you're talking with your guests. The blowout shampoo and conditioner prepare the hair for heat styling and a long-lasting blowout. The styling products of the primer, texture spray, dry oil spray, soon to be memory foam, as well as the hairspray, provide long-term style memory. Wayne, how do they do that? They do that by helping infuse moisture deep in the hair to maintain flexibility and create a bond of the hair that it springs back to its original styling shape. No plastics. How does it work? The three key ingredients are cannabis sativa seed oil, rich in moisturizing omega-6, maracuja oil, which is known as the passion flower, and as well as the lychee fruit. The maracuja oil provides the light texture that you get in that invisible texture spray. And the lychee fruit is primarily for the shine. The key is it all works together, and there's different levels of each in each product. Now, what are omegas? Just think of this as moisture. An omega is a moisture. It's derived as a fruity acid. Now, the fruity acids come from plant sources, and there's three different ones. Omega-6 is a medium weight, medium size, strengthens elasticity, provides UV protection, and it moisturizes the cuticle. Omega-6, big one here, bigger than big, huger than huge. Lighter weight, faster, deeper penetrating. This is what withstands the heat. So important. Greater longevity, lasts those extra days in between blow dries, and it moisturizes the cortex. Omega-9. Omega-9 is richer, it's heavier. Occlusive, big word. I know, I had to look it up. Occlusive moisture seal means encapsulating. So it's an occlusive moisture seal. Omega-9s are too heavy unless you have babasul to lighten their weight. They moisturize and soften the cuticle. So Blowout has a perfect combination of those, and I'm providing you a visual to understand the how and the why. Do I expect you to get this geeky with a guess? No. But when you own this information, it'll at least allow you to know a little bit about it. Omega-3s make up 47% of babasu oil, 53% of the weight of flaxseed, and 22% of cannabis sativa. So this is the moisturizing lipid that works on the cuticle. Here's the big one. Look at this. Cannabis sativa seed oil, 54% of its weight is in omega-6. And that's what's taken deep into the cortex of hair. Now, it wouldn't last, it would wash away if it was not for the omega-9s. The omega-9s in cannabis sativa is only 0.5% of its weight, not enough to stick. But the omega-9 comprises 10% of babasu oil weight, 19% of flaxseed weight. So the omega-9 is able to seal the omega-6s into the hair. What you're providing is a heat-resistant moisture that locks in and lasts within the hair. Please make sure that you're going on and you're posting out there. Can you do that for me? Yes, you can. The memory foam that you've got. And then also, oh my goodness, have you smelt that yet? And what it is the actual lychee berry and maracuja combination for the Blowout styling spray to set, protect, to finish, to provide heat protection to the 450 degrees. Where'd that slide come from? Hey, was somebody in behind the scenes? Yeah. Hey, lock the doors, quickly, quickly, get the doors locked. Somebody got in behind there. They're in the booth where this is being produced. Time out. Just kidding, yeah, but I am excited. This was a last minute ad because we just confirmed it. This will be, at this point, in the United States only, because that is where the regulations provided across the board. It's launching in January. The research and development behind it has been phenomenal, and it is a CBD soothing salve to soothe and rejuvenate naturally. 312 megagram from the CBD. What is it? It is a CBD salve rich in soothing botanicals and pure CBD isolate free of THC. What it does, it soothes and rejuvenates while enhancing self-care and wellness. How does it work? CBD, menthol, and arnica are delivered with babassu seed oil. Babassu seed oil is a fast penetrating oil that delivers nutrients, antioxidants, and conditions the skin as CBD and arnica soothe. Menthol provides cooling relief. Massage-in is needed. Who's it for? Look at the first word: beauty professionals, massage therapists, and their guests. What's the problem it solves? Many salves contain heavy oils and beeswax. Surface CBD smoothing salve provides natural penetrating oils and is PETA certified, creating high performance natural salve that's healthy for you and the earth. Are we excited? Yes. Another amazing way that we're going to be able to serve salon guests. What I ask you to do, my friends, number one, is to make sure that you also become certified in the naturally surface world, which is the most recent certification that we've added online. This takes you through the base information as I've given you the hot tips here in the organics of surface. Make sure that you have one piece of knowledge per surface family that you can share with every guest. And again, a huge shout out here to Heidi over in Connecticut, because this is her retail area. And take a look at how she has posted not only her Awaken certificates, her Pure Color certificates. You have to let the world know. You let them know in social media, as Lindsay shared. You let them know from your heart, as Sean has shared. To be able to live with profitability in a green world. To recycle, reduce, reuse, and choose products that are committed to high performance while respecting personal health and the earth. What I want you to do is learn the why and the how of the surface products. Take responsibility to promote your certification. And ultimately, build the plan with dates and activities to accomplish what we just spoke about. When will you be certified, and how are you going to market that through